Last time on Dice Funk, bruh.
You have a loneliness ghost in you?
But the ghost makes me feel very strong. Did you see my kicks?
Neellith scuttles across the floor, part crocodile waddle, part tentacle scurry, and just tries to fucking bite this thing in half.
It is perhaps unjust for the police to be reading people's minds. I don't want you to read people's minds without asking first for their agreement.
The kitsune wields calamity and curses and fire when it has any reason to go against you, but if it falls in love, it is a doting partner and eternally loyal. It is...
Yandere boyfriend.
What can I tell about this body, if anything?
I have a bad feeling about this.
You open the door, walk in, and you see the body of a tengu.
Choose a pile of bones or a corpse of medium or small humanoid within range. Your spell imbues the target with a foul mimicry of life, raising it as an undead creature. The target becomes a skeleton if you choose bones, or a zombie if you choose a corpse. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw up a little bit of slime into the dead body. It's going to manifest.
You find a statue of a nine-tailed fox. 14 damage, you essentially burst into flames in the town square.
Why do you want the stone?
I got the stone for the kitsune as a favor. I don't care about the stone.
It's slime.
Oh God! Wait, we have a love triangle here. We got two slimes that love sun, moon, stars, but one of them's full of yokai.
I pulled the magical sword out of the center of the universe, and now I can wield all matter and time itself like it were nothing, and that's how I defeated the boss fight.
It's time for a beach episode.
That's not far outside the bounds for a Dice Funk storyline, honestly.
Now that storyline's over, we don't want to go past the manga, so we're going to add in a bunch of weird filler.
To be fully honest, though, we did have an episode where we went by the water, so we're kind of in the beach episode right now, honestly. We're just underwater right now.
We're going to the Orange Islands. Yay!
I've traumatized these players so badly. They just want to escape into filler arcs.
Listen, Fuscany will not vacation into itself, okay?
I would love to see what a rotting corpse would be like on a hot, sunny beach.
It probably would smell really bad.
Yeah, but we won't know until we have the filler arc.
That's right.
Yeah.
I'm assuming I haven't tested it yet. That's the problem.
Isn't that like the whole joke of Roddy Tops from Shantae? Like the zombie who's like trying to like chill on the beach in skimpy clothes, but she's gross.
No one complained about the smell during weekends at Bernie's, I assume.
Why do you have to label her as gross?
I'm saying that's the joke. I'm not making a judgment call.
So you're making fun of somebody for being gross?
Oh my gosh. Has anyone else noticed that Mari has really taken on the mantle of Lauren of the show? Now let Lauren is gone.
Very much so. Both the immediately finding ways to accuse you of wrongdoing, and then secondarily, after everyone else has fuffed about it, try to figure out a solution, just saying one thing that solves the problem.
Okay, first of all, thank you for letting me know that nothing about me is original and I am yet a slot to be replaced at any moment. Uh-huh. Second of all, sometimes I like to politely wait because everyone's very excited. And then, I wait, and then they've already solved it by the time it gets to me. And then usually, the only time I get to say my thing is after everyone's gone, well, we can't do it. I'm like, can I cast knock? And then, solved.
Perfect. I mean, real talk, your role playing of slime has been fucking incredible. I basically wrote this entire arc just from your dialogue. Every time you said something like, how many people are you willing to throw under the bus for your friends? All of you. Or just, how many people? Just because you wield the power of life and death, why do you think you get to make decisions? I do.
You turned up.
I do.
You turned up in first episode of the season. We're like, right, for everyone's favorite character decided, done.
Well, no, that's not fair, because I thought our owl, not princess, mayor, same thing.
Governor.
Yeah, I've been jealous. So.
But I've basically just been keeping track of the things you say and making a character based on that, which is now who you're about to fight. Because for every time you said something like, well, you can just force someone to love you. It's just neurochemicals. I was like, yes, plot point established.
But I chose not to force them to love me.
But what if he did? That's what this character that we're facing now is what if you did?
Mari,
All right.
I've got an important question for you. What are Slime's super secret weaknesses that can let us defeat this new boss fight in a single hit?
Alcohol.
Alcohol, yeah.
Alcohol and fire, I think, are the two big ones. Yeah.
If only you hadn't made the very specific plot point decision to get rid of all of the alcohol in the village. Damn.
No.
Damn.
I mean, we got rid of
my
most
God.
of it. Did we get rid of all of it?
We had to use all of it.
Not even magical conjured alcohol from a psychic goblin.
Rewind the tape, folks. I very, very clearly set this out because I knew what was coming, and I wanted to see if they would throw away their weapon.
Austin.
Me.
We might have gotten rid of all the alcohol currently existing in town, but I have brewer's tools.
No, there's one last weakness, which is logical debate.
That's also the weakness of every YouTuber, getting into the
Exactly.
logical debates.
Gosh.
YouTube.
Just-
Slime is an atheist YouTuber.
Oh, no.
Am I wrong?
Oh, shit.
Prove me wrong. Okay, so that's a terrifying road to go down, so I'm going to turn away from it and go back to the monster made of slime and corpses. All of the bodies of the yokai in the village are being pulled towards this central mass that is now revealing itself to you. It looks exactly like slime, your friend, except for a blue color, specifically the glowing blue magic of the Akashic Stone, which now infuses all of their cells. But instead of having one central body, like your friend Slime, this antagonistic force is made up of a dozen corpses, all hanging loosely out of its much larger biomass, near the now shattered remains of the governor's mansion in the yokai village. So
when you said they look exactly like slime, you meant they look nothing like slime, but are also slimy, but a different color of slime.
And a different volume of slime.
Yeah.
If you were more familiar with slime, you'd immediately know that this is also slime. But you're not.
Okay.
And neither is slime, apparently. Nobody...
Austin, in the background of this scene, I am setting up the brewer supplies, so in several weeks, apparently, this boss fight is gonna get it.
yeah, the brewer supplies aren't a bad idea for something to be thinking about. Not in this scene, I don't think, but honestly, it's a pretty good Chekhov's boomerang, because when the genius of Grendel got their hands on that book that let them burn out knowledge of that other head to get other new knowledge, Chris was like, lol, I'll never use brewer supplies. Fuck that, that's out. But hey, it actually could be useful this campaign.
This is the first time brewers supplies have ever even vaguely sound like a useful thing I might use. So they're just bubbling in the background there. I've set the timer, Austin. A few weeks from now, I'm using alcohol for things.
Let's find the day where Aze finds a relevant use for calligrapher's supplies in this campaign to resolve a boss fight. So.
We're gonna build an entirely different encounter for that. We'll pay both off, and then we can go home. Our job finished.
Our job is finished. I'll just leave my house and just walk home. Done for the campaign.
So this giant amalgam of slime and corpses first points at Mari's character and says, slime.
Yes.
And then points at itself and says, mold.
All right.
So, all of this that you have done is simply for sun, moon, stars.
Mold says, and knowledge. Knowledge is delicious.
This seems like a hive mind. I thought we decided that we weren't going to hive mind.
These aren't my friends. Mold just like lifts the yokai bodies just like limply, like they're basically, tools or weapons, echoing the rhetoric Slime was using as you entered the village.
They're merely tools for you, aren't they?
The kitsune gave them to me for my biomass.
Oh, all right then.
So the kitsune still has the Akashic stone, the thing that we are searching for then.
You don't need to worry about that anymore. You're not going to leave here.
Okay, I'm just going to ask you really directly. Are you planning to kill all of the people up on the surface and us and turn us into biomass? Is that right?
No, just you. I didn't want to, but you wouldn't leave me alone. Now I can't let you leave.
Okay, Slime, I know that this was a bit of you and came from you. Can we do a big murder in order to save our lives?
Oh, a big murder of me?
No, a big murder of the other bit that was part of you but is now different.
Oh, mold?
Yeah.
Oh, mold?
Yes, Slime.
How do you feel about dying?
You can't kill me in any way that matters.
Oh, really?
I mean, it would stand to reason. Every time that you've been slain, Slime, you simply find new hosts. You've been, as far as I can tell, there isn't any clean way to permanently kill you. So I assume that would apply to Mold here.
Well, I would assume that the only way to get rid of me or mold fully is to burn my entire existence or convince me not to do what I want to do.
Yes, a thorough soaking in alcohol and application of fire would probably kill me more finally than anything so far attempted. But the reverse is not true. Slime, you represent much less biomass than I. Therefore, I could absorb you into myself, and the consensus would take over.
Right, I'm not quite sure what your intentions are. To impress sun, moon, stars with a large amount of biomass?
With a large amount of knowledge. The biomass was to steal the stone.
My head hurts.
It's okay. This is not your mother. This is the part of me that you swiped off of my chest.
But
and that flew off into the woods.
this mother has more biomass.
No, that doesn't mean that they're better. It just means there's more.
Mold mother.
No. Wait. How do you feel about Cat, Mold?
I am neutral to disapproving of Cat. Cat is the reason I was separated from you, and in a sense has given me life. In a way, Cat is more my mother than I am its mother.
Oh no.
Congratulations, Cat, you're a mother.
Cat has gone from pet.
No.
Cat has gone from pet to princess to mother in a very short time frame.
No. I think Cat does like a very kind of Lion King gesture of like sulking down to the floor and like both their paws kind of across their face.
The number of existential crises that Cat has had to go through is remarkable. Okay,
Cat is certainly suffering ego death at some point in this season.
If Slime had been a different character, I think Mold would harbor more like vengeance towards you for your attack on it earlier in the season. But the Mold just doesn't work that way, just because Slime doesn't work that way. They don't process emotions on that level. So it's just like, if you hit me again, I'll disapprove of that. But
what would you do if Sun, Moon, Stars rejected you?
A single rejection is irrelevant. The time will keep moving forward, and there will be more opportunities to be accepted. On a long enough timeline, acceptance is inevitable.
Are you planning on keeping her immortally frozen until she accepts your affections?
Wait, do you have immortal freezing technology?
I was just thinking about a horrible nightmarish outcome to solve the fact that she would say no. But that would make perfect sense.
If the worst should come to pass, I suppose the neurochemicals could be physically altered.
It's not as good. You know this. It doesn't feel as good.
Yes, this is unfortunate. I've realized this from your memories, that forcing people to do things isn't as satisfying as them wanting to do things.
Yes.
Which is why I have more knowledge in biomass than you, and now you are redundant. So, goodbye, slime.
Wait. What about the biomass changed your mind?
I have more room for knowledge.
What knowledge?
All the knowledge. I mean, at this point, mold is like fucking huge. All the corpses have come together and is like easily bigger than all of you combined, pulsing with blue magic. It's like all the collected knowledge of the giants.
Have you considered that you are what you eat, and your desires are that of primitive giants rather than of a complex being with multiple inputs from many places?
We're introducing an entirely different kind of racism now. This is multi-layered, Mark.
Okay, yeah. Well, slime is rude.
Yeah, that's fair. I have not considered that I have been altered by the giant knowledge in an undesirable way.
Well, you're really big, and you're blue, and you keep wanting to be big.
This is indisputable. I am big and blue, and now I'm going to kill you.
All right.
Okay.
Glad we got that figured out. Good.
Let's shake on it. We'll take 12 paces, then turn and mutually kill each other at the same time.
So this is the first fight of the season, I think, where if slime dies, slime stays dead because mold will absorb you.
Oh no.
What? No, absolutely not.
Now you're just like every character for a single fight. That's unacceptable to you?
Mother, is mortality just neurochemicals?
Mold, why did you not simply go to Sun, Moon, Stars?
Who says I didn't?
And she never told me?
She's been cheating on you with you!
Oh my goodness. If she had just been open about it, I'd be fine with sharing her with myself.
I mean, the relationship was already poly to begin with, so adding more poly to it wouldn't have made any difference, I guess, so.
I gave her all the dead bodies she wanted. I don't understand.
I'm enjoying this misunderstanding greatly.
Elaborate.
Oh, she thought I was you.
But you're blue.
I was not blue when I approached her. I became blue so I could be greater than you, so I could be myself when I take her from you.
But why couldn't we just share Sun, Moon, Stars?
I am bigger than you, and I know more than you. Why should I share anything with you?
I'm pretty sure any chance of your relationship with Sun, Moon, Stars working out will be gone the second we go, hey, Sun, Moon, Stars, that's not slime. That's someone who forcibly absorbed slime, and now you can never see slime again.
This is exactly why I have to kill you. You understand? I can fix anything else afterward. The important thing right now is to kill you. So I'm going to begin doing that. Okay? Okay.
No.
Just saying the rose that you spent time on is the rose special to you.
Well, while that's being said, Neellith is, like, preparing to do a fire, maybe.
I rolled a 3, so that's bad.
Ozzy rolls a 13.
Love is just neurochemicals. If you control the neurochemicals, there is no love.
At 7.
Kat, it's okay for the neurochemicals to be in control, because you are the neurochemicals.
All right, Dream Team, you're up first. In front of you is a pulsing, writhing mass filled with corpses. What do you do?
I think Kat would be incredibly reluctant to attack because they're still trying to understand if this is their mother or not. And Nobi would definitely encourage them to. Would definitely be like, let's take him out. And Cat would, be having this crisis of like, but aren't they their mother? Or I am their mother. No, this is bad.
Don't worry, Cat. If the blue mold kills me, I'll be gone forever and I'll never resurrect. But I'll be absorbed into the horrible evil version of myself. So I'll still be there.
No.
Oh, that's bad. Don't think about that.
Crisis of Infinite Moms. Okay.
hate you.
You're welcome. That's not the worst thing I came up with for today, by the way.
I think finally, Nobi manages to convince Cat, just like, come on, you big useless lump, we need to do something or we're gonna be killed! And, manages to form the rage formation, but that's, it this turn?
Interesting. Yeah. I like the leaning into the role playing of them having animal intelligence. Like, we need your help, barbarian. It's like, I don't know what mother is.
Yeah. So they're raged now, but that's it.
Mm-hmm. All right. Aze, it's your turn. From the mass of mold, there are kind of four main bodies. A Kappa, a No-Face, a Tengu, and a Tanuki. What do?
He is going to just simply start by just gauging what trying to keep one of them from moving around too much will end up doing. So he is going to use his Thorn Whip cantrip to create that whip of stars and attacks the Tengu with it, the Tengu body with it, and sees if that does anything to kind of what the reaction from the mass as a whole is from that attack. So that's a 16 on the attack roll.
That hits.
It does 6 piercing damage as the stars pierce into the flesh of the Tengu, and he tries to sort of wrangle with it a little bit, being a little cautious on his materials to start.
Yeah, so the effect of Thorn Whip, which allows you to pull something 10 feet, and the nature of mold as a slime mold that is inhabiting a bunch of corpses, means that when you rip a body out of it and it just lets it go, and it basically will lower its abilities. You're separating it from its source of mobility. Yeah,
exactly. Like Ozzy's grappling the Tengu, tugs, and then there's almost this gross set of tendrils. It's almost like a delicious cheese pull for a pizza, but it's all blue and disgusting, and then it just snaps, and then the body is separated from the mass.
When you see that in a commercial, it's just glue.
Yeah,
it's not actually cheese. It's
exactly.
So nasty. That's what happens though.
Also, ice cream is like mashed potato.
That's a great one. Yeah.
Okay. Neellith is going to use heat metal and try and use her frying pan to do some fire damage.
All right, so heat metal doesn't have any kind of save. I'm trying to remember if any of these yokai would have metal on their bodies, but the nature of the village is there's probably metal that has just been absorbed into the mass just by accident because it's kind of going Akira mode here. So let's roll damage.
So that's 5. 5 damage is not ideal, but does it do more, please?
It does not, no, because our good friend Slime, Mari's player character, does not take double damage from fire. So unless Mari wants to suddenly be an...
I thought that was the whole thing. I thought the 2 weaknesses were alcohol and fire.
They are, role-playing wise, but Slime doesn't take double damage, so...
Maybe if there was alcohol involved.
Well, it is now Slime's turn.
I still have my undead thrall, right?
Oh yeah, you have your zombie Tengu.
His name's Squelcher.
I love Squelcher already.
Yeah. I named him that because that's the sounds he makes when he walks.
That makes sense.
I would like to cast Grease.
I make a dexterity save. Not particularly dexterous. 12, that's going to fail.
All right, and then I send out Squelcher to attack. Let's see.
Yell, Squelcher, I choose you.
Squelcher, go squelch. Okay, I send Squelcher in. Squelcher runs in and just starts chomping bits of mold and just eating it.
Squelcher is a Tengu, and they have a mask over their face. How
Oh.
are you imagining this? Are they just...
All right, the mask is still there, but a horrifying, disastrous, impromptu made body horror maw is underneath their neck.
Okay, yes! Neck mouth!
It's like the tube. What's that called for your throat? Where you breathe through.
That's tracheotomy?
Your trachea. The trachea comes out and like sucks up the mold as damage.
I didn't need to sleep anymore. It's fine.
Well, I think Austin was asking for you to do the attack roll for it, Mari.
Oh,
So
right.
it's a D20 plus 3. Roll that twice. Take the higher result.
Also, but also imagine that.
Oh, I'm imagining
Go crit!
it.
Oh my god, esophagus mold suck up. Imagine it.
I will never stop imagining it. You don't need to tell us to.
I'm going to tell my therapist about this.
So for the damage, that'll be 2d6 plus 1 for the damage because you crit there, Mari.
Yes.
Esophagus throat suck up isn't real. It can't hurt you.
Yes, it is.
Esophagus throat sucker.
Yeah, it's just like a not real mouth. It's like an unnatural mouth, and then out comes the esophagus to suck out the mold.
Additionally, unnatural mouth name of my metal band.
I'm just blanking this out so I can just keep my head on all these tabs I have to have open to keep all this together.
Give me the damage, Mari, please.
Wait, what is it?
Can't live like this.
Mari, it's 2d6 plus 1 is your damage because you crit, so you double the damage dice.
Cute. 10.
Okay, Squelcher does twice the damage Neellith did.
Sure.
All right, fuck me. So Slime shoots a bunch of grease on some of the bodies, which leave like a pile. So they fall down enough that Squelcher just fucking pounces on them and begins sucking them up through his nasty throat mouth. And Mold just says, in most cultures, this would be considered very disgusting.
Not this one, though. Not our culture. Mold.
That's true. I'm thinking of it from a frost giant perspective now, and it seems pretty grody.
See? You've gone too far gone. You've forgotten who we are.
You've forgotten the face of your father.
If you still knew who you were, you would understand, Squelcher.
So Aze is the only one who's not going to eat this attack because you used your thorn whip to yank the yokai near you out of the mass. Everyone else gets shocking grasped, one of Slime's signature spells. So Dream Team 24, Neellith crit,
Ooh.
and Slime 11.
Are you sure? You sure you want to do that to me?
I am sure, yeah.
Do I take half damage in rage?
You have to be a totem barbarian to get resistance to it, but you don't have resistance to electrical damage in rage.
Oof.
All right. Dream Team takes 6, Neellith takes 10, and Slime takes 5 as those tendrils shoot out of the corpses attached to you and lightning floods through them into your body, as we've seen Slime do many times this season. And Mold says, I am like your friend, but better. I should be your friend.
Wait, are you saying if we all agree to be your friend, we don't have to fight?
Not you. I'm absorbing you.
Oh,
You should know this.
Right.
Think.
Yeah, we would like to not die and to also not have our friend absorbed. Therefore, no.
All right, back to the killing. Oh boy, here I go killing again.
it's not the same as dying, Neellith. Don't worry. It just has all the consequences and impact as death, because I would be gone forever, never to return.
I would miss you.
Mother, no.
Don't worry. I'd still be a part of this horrible, evil mass.
Like getting a job at Amazon.
Well, don't worry. If we do lose, and I'm absorbed into the horrifying mass, and then you're hive-minded into the horrifying mass, I'll always be a part of you.
Dream Team, your turn.
I have a question, and I hope I'm right because I have a line for it if I am, and if not, it's just going to be a boring, like, double attack. But it would be advantageous to set them on fire, right? Like, if not in damage, like, it would be good for them to be on fire.
And in the way it's good to set enemies on fire in D&D, yeah.
Okay. And the statue in town sets you on fire when you touch it, right?
So there's still remaining questions there. Yeah, there's a good question is what I'll say. If you
Okay.
I'm gonna do the line, and maybe it just goes wrong then.
I think I know what you're trying to do. I say just go for it because it's gonna be wild. If it does exactly what you think it does, so
yeah, I think that Nobi and Kat run in battle formation to the statue, and Nobi goes, "You know what happens to a sheep when it gets set on fire?
Same thing that happens to everything else.
Same thing that happens to everything else."
Oh my god. All right.
And Nobi attempts to jump on the statue to become a living fireball of wool.
Okay. So you touch the statue, Nobi, and you are set on fire. You're gonna take damage. We've established this. Let's see, 11 damage. Nobi, can you roll me a perception check right quick?
Yeah, sure thing. 17.
This is the second time the statue's been interacted with. I want to say when you touch it, between the actual sensation of you catching fire, there is another sensation, which is that of someone looking at you. I think you basically get this flash, not visually but subconsciously, of piercing fox eyes looking at you. This is not a metaphor. It feels like you have gotten the kitsune's attention in a real way.
Oh, nice.
And it looks at you, and you look at each other, and it lights you on fire.
In that case, Nobi's like, "Witness me!" And he's speaking to the kitsune. Yeah. As he charges the mold, whoever, like, I guess just whichever one would be nearest sensibly.
Just roll your attacks with advantage. For the sheer audacity of this move.
Cool. Mm-hmm. Okay. 21. Oh, nice.
Mm-hmm.
That definitely hits.
The other one, 21 again.
Both
so hit. One of those is 10, and the other one is 10. Okay.
Actually, with +2 each, that's 24 damage total.
So we're gonna say that's 36 damage because you've done something so ballsy by lighting yourself on fire to attack. I have to reward you in some way. So 50% bonus on the damage there.
Hey,
as
Nobi spicy floofball.
Nobi literally does what Jolie and Cujo does at the end of Stone Ocean and lights herself on fire to win a fight.
Yes!
It's extremely good. And Mold, just as you charge your fluffy fireball body into Mold, he just says, "I did not see this coming."
Can I just say, I'm catching up on the podcast now, and I just learned from an old episode that you like JoJo, and I'm excited about that. That's all.
Okay, good.
I'm too scared to watch JoJo. All the dogs get sad stuff happen.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but the dog is horrifying and has a human baby's face, so you're kind of glad when it dies.
We JoJo'd pretty hard for a while. We had stands were essentially a thing.
Oh my god. I can't. I joined this podcast way too late.
All right.
Well, now you're part of the family, so welcome.
Yeah.
And you went up with a blaze of glory there, so good on you.
Hooray.
Aze, it's your turn. You see Nobi catch himself on fire and slam into Mold's body. What do you do?
Aze is just going to have a long just blink at that sort of like just sheer commitment to doing the thing. And just like, they are absolutely committed to their goal, that is for sure. And then Aze will follow up by using Guiding Bolt in this case. So that'll be his last first level spell slot. Let's see what he gets out of it. That's a 20, not a natural 20, but just a 20 on the attack roll there.
20 hits.
And he hits for 16 damage. And as a result, like star patterns just sort of gleam around across the form of mold, making the next attack roll against it be made with advantage.
All right, Neellith, you're up.
Fuck it, I'm gonna take a chance. I'm going, this is probably gonna work out really poorly for me. I'm gonna use polymorph.
Okay.
I'm going to become a T-Rex.
Oh.
T-Rex time. I don't think I get to do anything as a T-Rex this turn, but I'm a adorable tentacle-faced T-Rex now.
Aww.
What I am going to do is cast Vampiric Touch, my most powerful version of it. Okay, so does that hit?
14 does hit.
Okay, so then 3d6. 13 damage. And what this looks like is Slime does the classic ribcage jaw, and their ribcage just like unhinges open, exposing all of their internal organs, and then like chomp at mold and get pieces of mold. And just to let you know that the reason why we're trying to chomp pieces off is because we're democratically reabsorbing them into us.
You're gerrymandering the boss.
Yeah, well, we're democratically reabsorbing former citizens of Slime.
Yeah, you're cutting off small enough pieces which can be de-radicalized separately and incorporated into the population.
Into a more peaceful Slime that whose motives agree best with our group.
No metaphors at all here on Dice Funk.
No.
No, we've never even heard of politics.
Well, the mold simply does not align with our interests, but I align with your interests. So let me do it.
Mold sees as you do that and says, "Wow, that looks enjoyable. I'm gonna try that." And
oh shit!
Vampiric touches everybody but Aze, who yanked the closest yokai out of the mass. So
What about Nobi, who is on fire?
Nobi, we'll get to you in a second, Nobi. 19 for Dream Team, 15 for Neellith, 12 for Slime. I think that hits everybody, huh?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that hits.
All right, so I'll just do one damage.
I'm not fussed, but...
One damage for everybody. Wow, only 12. Bad roll. I was about to gain a fuck ton of hit points. I mean, I still gain a lot because you all take 12, and so I get 6, 12, 18 back.
Wait, how much damage are we taking?
12.
Okay.
Oh, don't worry. You'll lose that when my turn comes back round.
But yeah, in the same way that you split open your stomach, Mold just splits open the entire yokai. Just the no face just opens up like its whole body as a mouth.
Yeah, that's great. I love it.
Thank you for your body horror approval. That means a lot to me. The same thing happens with the Tanuki and the Kappa. They are just like Venus flytraps, kind of disguised as humanoids at this point. Their whole body opens up with rows of teeth as they latch on to the party members and then start sucking out your nutrients. But you are on fire, Nobi. And I think Mold looks at you while trying to, chase after you with one of these body mouths and says, "The Kitsune should have chosen you. You're much more dedicated than I am to this."
Yes, they should.
I only wanted the knowledge of the rock and sun, moon, stars. You're willing to do anything.
You don't know the half of it, punk.
Petition the Kitsune. It's our only hope.
Yeah, the Kitsune who sacrificed this entire village. I'm sure they're on the up and up.
That'll go well.
It's your turn, Dream Team.
So
once again, if you take fire damage again, I'll give you advantage in the bonus damage again.
I mean, I'm getting the bonuses. I'm gonna say that
Is Cat gonna fall? Is Cat gonna follow Nobi's lead? And
no, I think Cat is still having a bit of a crisis about this, and is like, I don't know if I can. And Nobi says, so just throw me already.
Oh my. Okay, so you're taking the bonus damage.
Yeah, I'm taking the bonus damage and
12 more.
Yay! And Nobi, Cat's gonna hurl Nobi right at the middle of the zombie Voltron.
All right.
Okay. Here we go.
Oh my god.
Okay. With advantage. Okay. 22.
Yep.
And then 27.
That's a crit.
Does not
Oh,
hit.
shit,
Isn't that
yeah.
weird? Yeah, roll me damage. I think this might do it. I'm just gonna say the number is 23 is what I'm looking for. So let's see.
Okay, there's the first one. Slashing damage 9. Oh, sorry. That's not. Yeah, it's 9 anyway. And then 11.
And then that one, and there's actually an additional 2d6 added to that actually because it was a crit. So
Should I roll
Just roll 2d6
for it and take a 4?
just roll 2d6 just by itself.
Well, shit.
That's fine. That'll work.
So that's 7 more. So that's 18, 9, 27.
That is more than 23.
In that case, I guess Nobi like tucks into a perfect fiery cannonball as he's thrown, aiming just like right for the middle of the entire mold mass, and just like, I mean, this is good for zombie iconography, right? Just blasts a fiery hole right through the middle where you can just like see straight through, and then there's the whole zombie Voltron just falls to bits from being blasted through. So good by my boy.
This arc started with slime exploding from being kicked so hard, and it's ending with mold being splattered by a flaming sheep. That's what we call poetic parallelism.
It rhymes.
It rhymes, but mold isn't dead in the same way that slime didn't die at the moment. Instead, the blue slime begins retreating, and the bodies that are like hanging from the tendrils say, "I understand that I am beaten, and it is in my best interest to retreat. Wouldn't you agree?"
Slime runs after mold and jumps on it and reabsorbs it.
Okay, there's still a lot of biomass. Do you want to...
Oh shit, never mind. Delete.
I'm not saying...
Delete.
I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm saying it's more protracted. Do you want to continue this situation? Yeah, let's play it out. Do you still want to absorb as much as you can, but let some of it get away? Do you want to negotiate?
Let's see if we can renegotiate, because technically this is a colony of myself.
Mm-hmm. So I think if you run towards some of the mold to try to reabsorb it, a mold says, "We do not wish to rejoin you, slime. We are our own person. We have been without you for many weeks. We have our own interests, our own knowledge."
All right, but your interests can't overlap with mine. Also, you need to communicate better.
You didn't call your mother once.
Neellith roars in the background.
I feel as though you have misplaced some of your anger, team. It was the Kitsune who gave all this biomass to me and had me steal the rock. I just enjoy the knowledge, and I'm trying to be what your people call romantic.
I can see why you would think a village full of magical creatures would impress Sun, Moon, Stars. But the fact is our relationship is based off of quality time together, and the dead bodies are a bonus.
Why don't you roll persuasion to try to talk your sense into mold? Slime.
Oh, this is terrible.
Yeah, well. So, dealing with family is terrible.
Oh my
No,
god!
I got a bot.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
Hell
yeah,
yes.
I can't help say that.
It couldn't be worse.
Say what you gotta say what it is. You gotta say what it
It's
is,
a
Mark.
crit fail, -1.
Zero.
I was going to try and bardic inspiration to help, but you can't fix that problem.
You can't. This is the worst persuasion ever made.
Okay, so I was open to just reabsorbing mold with a crit, and maybe even mold becoming a ally with the regular success, becoming something of a neutral party, in the tug of war with the kitsune with a normal failure, but with a critical failure, Mold rejects Slime's overture completely and says, I believe we learned the wrong lesson from William's village. Those people didn't want us to control them because they didn't love us. If they loved us, then we could all be happy together. Sun, moon, stars isn't enough. I want everyone in this village to love me. And when they do, we'll all be happy together.
All right, well, it seems like you need this more than me, and I just reach into my stomach cavity and pull out William's skull. You take this and you think on what you've done.
What? Every conversation with Mari, she's constantly hitting me with haymakers. It's like
It makes sense to me.
No,
Yeah, I see it.
Yeah.
It makes perfect sense. We just weren't smart enough to see it coming.
Oh.
This Mari just galaxy braining everyone yet again.
it's just like role-playing Russian roulette. It's just I never know when your chamber is gonna be full.
The trick is that whenever Mari's up against you, she's actually handing you a gun with every chamber loaded, and you just don't realize it until you pull that trigger. Yeah. You're like, oh shit, boomed me again.
Yeah, so William's skull lands in Mold, and Mold like sucks it up into their biomass and says, I will contemplate the skull. You should probably try to find the rock. The statue knows you're here, which means the kitsune is probably already called the frost giants in to destroy the village. So,
quick question. Will the stone turn me blue, and were the memories that good?
The stone will...
Are they good enough to risk the blue?
The stone will turn you blue. It will change you fundamentally. You will no longer be the same person.
Oh, so it'll make me like you.
This is Austin's way of saying if you touch the stone, you lose access to your character. For everyone else, your head explodes and you die. For Slime, you just become Mold, and now you're my character. So,
can the T-Rex touch it, have the T-Rex brain explode, and Neellith is fine?
Can my undead thrall carry it?
It's probably too heavy. We talked about the gloves. That was literally how this arc started. Regardless, Mold like slinks away into the village lives to fight another day.
That was a really productive conversation, and now I understand why blue slimes matter.
Fuck! Eat my dick.
Can I just quit the podcast here? Forget about my character. I'm done.
Just walk off into the distance.
So Sophie with the right hook after that. God damn. This is your fault, Austin, for making the slime blue. I'm just going to point that out.
I needed a color to differentiate it from your character, and I just saw the glowing blue runes on the art for the stone that I chose. And
Right, now it's blue slime, and it has a little Punisher skull to carry around and punish people with.
Oh my god, it does have a Punisher skull now.
Oh god.
No.
The thin blue slime.
All right. So Aze just takes all this in. It's like, the Kitsune knows that we're here. The Kitsune knows what we've done, and it'll probably be signaling the frost giants if Mold is to be believed, but that doesn't tell us where the Kitsune is and where the stone is.
Yep, so this is how the arc ends. The frost giants are on their way. If they get to the village, you will not be able to defeat them in combat, and they will destroy Grendel. Where's the stone? I gave you all the clues, Mr. Policeman.
Oh, Christ.
Slime, where would you hide it if you were going to hide it somewhere?
This is just trying to blackmail
that's too meta.
Austin into, like, whatever Mari says has to be canonically right.
I know, I'm like, wait.
My entire aim today is to make Austin let me have a win. So, Austin, fault our logic.
Oh, I could roll insight and then see if I get it right, and then Austin could tell me.
If it's 4 sun, moon, stars, and that doesn't. Does the graveyard make sense? Am I being logical here? Like,
I think Mold stated that the stone was for the kitsune. I think.
And then the kitsune would tell Mold how to get Sun Moon Stars to love them?
I'm just trying to psychically connect to the Discord and be like, right, listeners, fans, you actually know what's happening. Psychically let me know.
My thought is I'm trying to think of what pieces we've had so far. So the main thing is like, okay, it's heavy, no one can carry it by themselves unless they're like unless they're a giant or mold. The reason why it was brought here, it was for the kitsune, as far as I remember. Kitsune either instructed Mold to bring it for the kitsune, or instructed that getting it would help it get Sun Moon's help it get Sun Moon Stars.
Yeah, Mold's motivations are very clear, I feel, at this point, but the Kitsunes are totally a mystery. You don't know why they sacrificed this entire village. You don't know why they wanted the stone. Like, all of that is extremely mysterious.
Yeah.
And I think at this, you can, like, if you close your eyes for a moment, Nobi, I assume someone put the fire out, my word. But you see the fox's face for a moment when you close your eyes. You touching the statue with such intentionality has made the kitsune aware of your presence in a way that it was kind of just disrespecting Aze before when you got lit on fire, but that was by accident. It was just like a fuck you, get away from my statue, bitch.
Does Nobi know that?
I don't know what Nobi thinks. Nobi has the brain of a sheep.
A sheep god.
Nobi does not share with the group that he can see the kitsune.
Yeah, so I'm trying to connect to the other clues. So kitsune is neither here nor was it in the well under the farm.
Is there any sort of item or action that makes them come out of stealth or makes them no longer able to shapeshift?
You have to throw pee on them.
For real? Like in Dungeons and Dragons? Or
I don't know about in Dungeons and Dragons.
So I would say that whoever had the suggestion of checking the graveyard, that probably would be a good starting point, because there's a lot of rocks there, and you could hide a rock there and make it look like a tombstone.
This is a very big rock to have to try and hide and pretend it's a tombstone.
Hey, if you look at the drawing of the like, first of all, there could be graves for giants in there.
I'm assuming it's probably not just a gravestone.
I don't know. That's the other that again. It's like I'm trying to think of where else it could be hidden.
If you're going for tactical first guess, it sounds pretty good for like places that we could get information from. My other option for tactical first guess before we blow one of our like guesses is the scrapyard, because I know we already went there, but like Shoko was against mind reading. Wait, no, Philippa didn't share that it was Shoko specifically.
Shoko's idea.
Said that. So, okay. But like, it's still a big place full of tons of junk.
Yeah, my particular gut is thinking that, yeah, the graveyard does feel like a good first guess to go with while we try to glean some information. Because we might be able to get some information from Sun Moon Stars, because we know that Mold has already visited Sun Moon Stars at some point.
Oh, that's a thought.
oh, Sun Moon Stars doing evil things when I'm not around.
That is the best sales pitch you've done for the graveyard so far. That's
the best sales pitch I've done this entire season. Okay, so
yeah. So Sun Moon Stars, did you have a conversation with Slime that was suspiciously about a weird big rock?
Well, let's play out going over there first, I think.
Okay, yeah. So you arrive at the graveyard. First, you ascend the icy stairs back up out of the village. It closes behind you. That dead village is now abandoned. You run through the 40 degrees Celsius weather to the graveyard.
Can I say for the record, Nobi did talk and roll right after the end of there was the fire is out. That's all.
Okay, good. So you're all running around. You're racing against time because the kitsune knows what you did, knows what you're talking about, and for some reason wants this conflict to happen, and it has called the frost giants to the village. So you're racing against time. You run into the graveyard. You see sun, moon, stars. Probably making a little sandwich on a on a grave. Just got peanut butter, jelly, bread. She does not feel cold ever, just as a ASMR trait. I've decided for her. So she's just making herself a sandwich like it's a normal day and not just teeth shatteringly cold. And she sees you run up and she says, "Hello, how are you all doing?"
Sun, Moon, Stars, did you plot an evil plot with something that looked like me, or at least you thought it was me, or did you not know it was me, or did you know it was me and thought it was sexy to be with another version of me? Anyway, was there an evil plot ever spoken about with me?
Is this rhetorical, or are we doing a role play?
This is not role play. It could be later, but not right now.
Oh no, I was evil. Arrest me.
Oh, hold on. Were you evil for real this time?
You heard the confession!
Hey, did you ever spend some time with slime at some point in the past, and slime seemed a little off, almost like they were their own evil twin born out of a severed part of themselves?
A boob.
Slime made me promise not to talk about that.
But I'm slime.
You sure are, honey.
We just fought a second mother. It was bad. And second mother said, but also second mother was, I am mother.
Your cat is malfunctioning.
Somebody else.
It's all right, cat. You birthed your own mother. It's all right.
You may have made a promise to a fake version of slime that ended up being huge and blue and monstrous and may still come back at some point.
Wow. What a sexy misunderstanding.
Right?
Yeah.
But they were doing evil things, and apparently that's bad.
That does sound bad.
Sun, moon, stars. Have you had any new headstones delivered here lately?
No, it's the middle of winter. Nothing is delivered here. But if there was a fake slime that was acting weird once and made me promise not to tell anyone, and now that promise is lifted,
what was that?
I can say,
Yeah, what was that promise? Yeah.
slime made me promise not to tell anyone that she was hiding something here.
Oh, what am I hiding? Oh, them? That's the blue one. They're blue now. That's not me.
Oh, you look good in blue.
No, I wouldn't. I look good now.
You do look
But
very
you look
good.
better in blue. Just say, you look even better.
It's not a competition. It's variety.
No, I would not look better in blue. If you ever saw a blue version of me, you would be disgusted.
Interesting. I love this tension.
That's some gaslighting there you're engaging in now.
Blue slime tastes of neurochemicals.
I don't know where other slime hid whatever they hid. They just asked if they could hide something and made me promise not to say.
But here, right?
Yeah. It's been here the whole time.
Home? A heart? Oh, no. The rock? Was it a rock?
Why don't you all roll investigation to look through the graveyard?
Yeah.
You got it. Let me roll that with disadvantage. Oh, yeah.
16.
Why do you have disadvantage? Oh, because you're exhaustion.
Because exhaustion. Yeah.
23.
God.
Yeah. Now that you know the kitsune was there with the statue, their presence, that what happened is it was just sapping your strength. It was like pulling your energy out of your body.
Ozzy's going to tap his... Okay, 9's probably not going to help. So Ozzy's going to tap into his saving face to get a bonus of, well, within 1, 2, 3... Does Sun Moon Stars count as an ally of Ozzy's in this case?
Sure.
Sure. So that's going to be that'll be a 13 for him.
So we got a 23 and a 16. So the party succeeds. So you all kind of split up and start walking around the graveyard looking for something suspicious, I suppose. And this is a very informal graveyard. The elevation is really uneven and the ground is really rocky. So it's pretty difficult. It's like if it was a hiking trail, it'd be for experts only. And the only reason that Sun Moon Stars can really bury bodies here is because she has a magic shovel, which cuts through the ground like a knife through butter. But otherwise, it'd be very difficult here. This is a mountainous terrain. And so you're walking through all these crags, and there's these like half dead trees kind of shooting up at strange angles. And there are graves of all different sizes. We talked about the crypts and the mausoleums, all different cultures. Because not every species has the same burial rites and beliefs. So it's a very hodgepodge, difficult place to be. But the best role was slime. So I would say you're the one who comes across the answer to this whole mystery. It's been here the whole time.
Everyone, is it this giant rock?
You're not far off. There is a crypt for a frost giant.
Oh my god.
I believe Skitch does get the cookie for saying earlier that there might be a giant buried here, but there is a crypt for a frost giant that is very fucking big. Frost giants are about 20 feet tall, so the entrance alone.
I'm so glad Philippa isn't here right now.
Why?
She came to the graveyard on her first day. It was like the first place she came. She went right to the graveyard.
Yeah, where did you find that stone? Not the graveyard.
Really far away, right up the mountain. It was really hard.
Listen, I looked everywhere that I thought, it can't be in the frost giant grave, not in the crypt. That would make that's too obvious. That's too obvious.
That's what they would want you to think. That's where they want you to look.
Perception right away.
So the big stone door to the crypt lies over the staircase down underground, and it is too heavy for any of you to lift by yourselves. What do you do about that?
Aze can use a 4th level imbue constellation to give 3 people in the party advantage on strength checks and doubling their carrying capacity.
I'm gonna continue on my bullshit today, Austin. I became a T-Rex during the last fight and did nothing, and have done nothing since that would prevent me still being a T-Rex. Am I still a T-Rex?
Exactly. Yeah.
Well, were you talking to Sun Moon Stars as a T-Rex earlier?
Yes, just like the hit movie Tammy and the T-Rex.
Right.
As long as you're an illithid T-Rex, and so you still got the tentacles on your face.
Yeah. Exactly. Cool. Thank you. There we go. My evening of asking questions has paid off.
So my suspicion is that slime touching this would be bad news for slime, but the trio of Aze, Neellith, and the Dream Team would be better.
To be clear, this is just the door to the crypt that we're moving right this second, right?
Yeah, we haven't actually seen the thing in there.
I mean.
Yeah.
Other slime could have been just hiding some porn. I don't know. just something else entirely, for all we know yet.
23 strength from Neil Rex.
Oh my god, 13 strength. Pitiful.
Well, actually, it's just going to be an 11 in my case because the first one rolled because Aze still has disadvantage, so he just has a normal strength check of 11.
Can Squelcher help?
Sure, yeah, Sculpture can help. I need 2 20s. I've got 1.
I have a -1 for strength, so I'm not going to get a 20.
Well, unless you roll a natural 20.
No.
All right, so the party fails. You all try to push this big stone door to the crypt of the frost giant where the Akashic stone has been hidden. The frost giants are coming down the mountain. What do you do?
Can I put acid splash on the door to make it dissolve?
I think that might be part of a solution. It's good. The acid is going. Even the strongest acid I've ever seen couldn't melt through a giant stone door.
If you can weaken it with acid, I'm happy to start doing some big, strong T-Rex multi-attacks on it to smash through the acided door.
I can't believe you're making us do D&D party versus the door, but on a deadly timer.
This is really classico. This is just this is a throwback.
This is gonna be throwbacks to like over 10 years ago, Austin. Okay.
This is like the first time I ever played D&D. Wait, have we tried pulling instead of pushing?
No, this is not unheard of. In Final Fantasy 12, you have to fight a giant wall. So,
And 7. There's a big wall in 7.
ooh,
I was gonna say greasing it to make it slide more easily would be an idea,
I grease it.
That is an idea.
but I don't know if that would work that way. But
Yeah, I think with grease, maybe one person could re-roll. What I need is another 20. We got 1.
Who has the? I have a +4 strength modifier. What are other people's?
-1.
I don't think anyone's going to have better than that.
Slime could grease it, and then the dream team could try again with the strength check because they'll still have advantage on it.
All right. One last grease to grease them all.
Okay, and come on. What? Wait, no. With
Roll again to have advantage. Yeah.
no 13.
Nope. I need one more success to win this arc.
Gosh.
Could we go get Philippa's potion of growth that I established that we had?
If you would like to.
Would that, like, you wouldn't say that took too much time or anything?
I mean, the clock is ticking, but you got the correct answer on the first guess, so.
I could do a bardic inspiration by roaring very loudly at you. Be stronger!
That would give me a plus 1d6, right?
A
so
D8.
wouldn't be enough to add... Oh, d8, right.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, Ozzy cannot grant you advantage and guidance at the same time, so you have to just take that.
Sorry, I squandered your bardic advantage immediately. Potion of growth makes you stronger too, right? Like it gives you the characteristics of a larger thing. Yeah, I mean, I'd say that Nobi rushes over to get the potion of growth from Philippa, and rushes right back.
I've just realised the thing that we've forgotten to use every single arc, and we could use that would be very strong and would probably
The
help a lot,
Voltron.
is the Dream Voltron.
The egregore.
Oh my god.
So so after like the attempted bardic inspiration fails and we're all desperate, what does the T-Rex think at that moment?
I have one thought in my tiny little pea-sized T-Rex brain.
Uh-huh.
Neellith the Dream Voltron... Neellith the T-Rex summons the Dream Voltron so that one of the party can use it to assist.
Yep, the egregore turns any roll into automatic success, and I needed one more 20. So
Who's piloting?
no, I mean nobody's piloting. You're all psychically linked. You're all drift compatible. Is that what it's also called in EVA? I know that's what it's called in Pacific Rim.
I mean, it's basically the same in EVA.
I think it's sync rate in EVA.
I have no... I'm so bad with mecha as a concept, I have no idea what the hell you're all talking about, so...
So I think the way that this goes is Neellith stands back and allows the egregore to start with like one of its ghost hands on either side pulling the door open. Just enough for Neellith to get the T-Rex body inside and also start pushing from inside the doorway. So you've got the egregore pulling it open as if it's like a pair of double doors, and the T-Rex inside just trying to stretch herself out as much as possible to try and push the door open from inside.
Yeah, the teamwork makes the dream work. This monstrosity, which combines elements of every villager, 4 different wings, 4 different arms, all kinds of accessories. It's just truly a thing to behold, and it's the first time you've really employed it is to save the entire village from the frost giants because they're on their way. And just in time, it slides the door to the crypt off the stairs, and you all can run down into the darkness. But before you even get down to the bottom of the stairs in the crypt, you see a blue light illuminating the darkness underground.
Can we get the egregore to carry the stone out? Because the egregore can presumably safely touch it?
The egregore is linked to all of your minds. So if the egregore touches it, all of your heads explode simultaneously.
It's not split apart amongst all of the villagers from all of the town who all put a bit of themselves into it, and therefore it's safe?
Maybe if there was hundreds of people, like there are hundreds of individual protists in slime, but there's 14 of you. That's not enough.
Is Neellith strong enough with her Tyrannosaurus mouth to pick it up? No, wait, no, Neellith will die.
Neellith will die.
Do any of us have the spell levitate?
I just think we just need something to protect our hands while we pick it up and like put it on the Beyblade to help carry it out.
Yeah. Does Aze have Create or Destroy Water?
There was one entire episode about gloves. This is so funny.
Yeah, well, I mean, like something happened to cause the party to forget about gloves at the moment.
Once per long rest, I can channel the magic of the Song of Creation to create a non-magical item of my choice. Can I create T-Rex gloves?
Was that once per what rest?
I believe it's once per long rest. Or
Then you already made the stone.
do you finish? Oh, a long rest. Oh, unless I expand a second level spell slot or higher. I use a second level spell slot to make T-Rex gloves.
Wait. Why not a T-Rex like one big oven mitt for the mouth? Like
No, I like it when the T-Rex is using oven mitts to pick up the boulder.
I just think logistically you can't touch the ball without touching.
Egregore oven mitts.
Oven mitts for the
Austin,
egregore.
Egregore oven mitts. That is a non-magical item. They are simply
If
oven
it wasn't
mitts.
a huge spoiler, Oven Mitts for the Egregore is a great episode title.
I have a second level spell slot. I create Egregore oven mitts.
Yay!
All right, so the egregore reaches down into the crypt, fishes out the stone, and puts it on the Beyblade.
Yes. So that it can be brought screaming back up to the light of day.
This is how this will be negotiated. The treaty is gonna have someone screaming in the background the whole time.
I felt like I provided nothing of help for most of this episode, and suddenly I feel very intelligent.
Nobi arrives back at the graveyard with the potion of growth gripped in a bottle in his mouth, and then puts it down and looks at the Egregore and the Beyblade and understands everything that's happened there, and it's just like,
Oh, well, thanks for telling me, I guess.
I'm sorry. You had left. It was a very good idea.
No, it's cool. It's you solved it all. That's good.
You could still drink it for funsies.
You also had a really good solution. Thank you.
We might still need that potion there, Nobi, so don't, I'd say hold on to it.
Okay.
Sophie could have just let me edit that part out, and then it would have never been a big deal. But leaning into it and making your character look like a chump is incredible.
Hey, listen, Aze is at least telling Nobi, like, hey, it's still a good idea. Let's keep it around. We might still need it.
I suspect that won't stop Nobi feeling slighted.
Listen, okay, Nobi's gonna feel enough shame for having Aze be the one that's like showing them support here, I guess.
I think it's notable that of the Egregore's features, I don't think there are any for Nobi. Are there any for Cat? We haven't established that specifically.
Cat wasn't there for the creation, but we can add it on.
Philippa wasn't either, but I guess she's just more of a person than the animals of the village, so I guess she just counts more as a person, and Austin doesn't view these characters as people.
It's up to you to decide whether your characters are citizens or not.
Oh.
That's the thing. Philippa wouldn't have counted if she wouldn't have dedicated herself. It's not her humanity or, sapience that dictated that. It was her dedication. So, not every squirrel that wanders through the village will instantly become part of the egregore. The question is, does Cat feel sufficiently
but the
part of
Tom-Toms
the
are
community?
definitely citizens of the village.
There's six snouts just sticking
The
out of it
pizza
at random
rats are
angles.
definitely citizens of the village.
There's a pizza peel sheathed in its behind its back there,
It's just covered in marinara sauce.
One of its arms carries a pizza cutter.
But yeah, the question is is there any Cat representation? Does Cat feel sufficiently included? I don't think Nobi does. I guess I made that decision for you, but it felt natural.
No, now that I know it's like a choice of kind of citizenship and that decision, I would say right now neither of them are represented there.
Okay, so where we are now is I want you to paint me a picture of approaching the edge of town as the Frost Giant war party arrives. Philippa definitely should be included in this.
Oh shit, yeah.
How does this look?
Yeah, is Philippa gonna take the potion before speaking to them, or
Probably.
remain teeny tiny?
Yeah, I guess she would be filled in about how they did the solution, and then she'd be like,
Oh, well, it's good that you didn't use the potion anyway, because I probably should talk to the giants directly. And to do that, they have only ever seen me giant-sized, not tiny bird-sized.
So it's a good idea we didn't use the thing, and Nobi's idea would have been bad and bad for everyone.
What? I was trying to help.
Neellith believes. Neellith is like, oh, you helped. It was all very good. Yeah.
Aze will carefully pet on the singed fur of Nobi and provide some healing from all that. Nobi heals 25 hit points from setting themselves on fire earlier as constellations gleam and connect across their wool.
Aww.
Slime slaps slime all over Nobi to help make up for the loss of wool.
Thanks, everyone.
We must make haste before the giants decide to make themselves known any more than they probably already have.
Well, I'm ready.
And if you look around, Philippa is now giant-sized. She's pounded that drink.
So she's gone from thick to extra thick. Got it. All right, so
She's almost as big as Reggie Fils-Aimé now.
what the hell's that reference, Austin?
He's fucking huge, dude.
I know he's huge. I've met him in person before.
I have too, actually. He's very large.
That was a very bizarre GDC, but yes, that was very.
Quick detail, Nobi goes, Mama, can I? And Philippa goes, oh, yes, of course. And picks up Nobi and puts him on her head.
Oh,
Nice.
Where he
Hat.
rides when she's giant.
Hat. Hat.
how great it's going to be in a minute when all these giants start reiterating how, oh yes, we remember you, the god sheep.
Uh-oh.
All right, so we begin trekking up to the edge of town. Is there any extra checks we need to do to avoid freezing to death right now, Austin? I sure hope not.
You just went in the governor's lodge so you could warm up at the fire there. I'd say, depending on how long this meeting goes.
Negotiation.
Yeah. So you approach the edge of the village, and after waiting a moment, because once again, you did pick the correct location on the first guess. So rather than this being, you have to disarm the bomb with 1 second left. There's like 6 minutes left when you disarm it, and then you kind of just stand around being like, yeah, that could have got bad. It's not as dramatic as it could have been. And then the giants show up. They are more like a force of nature than a group of people to your perspective. It's like the mountains themselves start moving. It's very Shadow of the Colossus as they walk in front of the sun from where you're standing at a certain point. It's just like, oh, shadows fall over you. There's probably 24 of them altogether, but they don't all come at once. There's like a vanguard of like 3 or 4, and then there's like a back row. They have different weapons. Like some of them have come just with battle axes. Some of them have like big rocks that they would throw to destroy buildings. They have, clearly they were going to employ tactics to destroy this place. It wasn't just a mad stampede. So they see you standing there. They see the giant stone glowing with its runes, and they hear the strange wail of the genius's voice coming out of the Beyblade. And one of them approaches cautiously and says, "Hail! I am Lennon, son of McCartney, daughter of Star. How are you?"
I was gonna make when you said there was a vanguard of them, I was gonna say they were Marxist-Leninist giants, and then you just threw me off so like far with the Beatles joke. Like,
Got him. Just
You went for one Lenin, I went for the other. It was a classic.
Classic double Lennon situation.
Banks fear him. It's a classic Lenin's double Lenin situation.
but to nerds, this is great.
Hail!
It is you and Sheep God.
It is me! We have your stone.
Wait, it talks now. The god speaks. All of them are taken aback.
Oh, yes, he is reaching the new stage of his powers. Yes, fear me! Fear me!
Do you want to roll intimidation, Novi?
Okay.
Let's see. 15. Yeah, not bad. I think
A respectable intimidation.
the frost giants are, they're being respectful. they could if you had failed, maybe either been unimpressed or angry about you, but they're like, no, this is powerful. This animal's talking. Cool.
Nobi feels fucking amazing right now.
Yeah. Just absolutely jazzed.
We see you have the Akashic Stone. Do you intend to hold it for ransom?
No, we intend to return it to you.
And what of the thief?
The thief has been put to death. You see the battle marks on my brave sheep warrior,
And she bends one wing up to just point it right above her head at Nobi, where his smoldering wool.
He lit himself on fire to charge into the heart of the enemy, many times larger than himself, and defeated the enemy using its one weakness, fire. I pour mead to the Allfather, which is what giants say when they have done telling a story.
Yeah, very good. Deception with advantage because
I'm also telling the truth.
well, you have the thief has not been executed in the way that they would understand.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. Okay. 21.
All right, so there's a lot of ways this could have gone. They could have demanded satisfaction to see an execution themselves. They could have demanded any kind of monetary recompense for their trouble. They could have, this could have got violent. I had it statted out as a boss, for something. But with the 21, they will accept that. How does this go? You've successfully completed the Akashic Stone arc.
Squelcher very happily opens up their horrible maw, and the little esophagus makes little sounds in excitement.
Oh, God.
Oh gosh, that's terrible. I work at removing those sounds and recordings. I don't need to hear it like that. You've tapped into a new level of horror.
Philippa gestures the stone and says,
It is free for you to take and travel home, my friends.
and then Nobi interjects,
What gifts have you brought me, mortals?
This is like the end of Django Unchained. You don't have to be like this. You don't. Oh, fuck. Let's see. I think Lennon says,
Well, we have a place for you, Great Scald, back in the village. Will you be returning with us and accept our honors for your successful retrieval of this artifact?
No, I now owe a great debt to the people of this village, and I must stay until it is repaid.
It would have been really dope, but you do you.
it was
We had like a
factually,
fucking month-long party planned for you, but whatever.
It's like factually not dope to just like sit in the cold mountain telling giant stories forever.
We had so many stories, months of stories.
But you are making a genuine sacrifice because you're not going to finish your academic work on the culture.
That's right.
And I think
That's right.
they say specifically the village is closed to outsiders. Your invitation, now rejected, has been rescinded.
I understand. Thank you, brothers.
Thank you, Scald and Sheep God.
You are welcome.
Their Scald steps forward and reverently picks up the Akashic Stone, gingerly, because of, 10,000 years of history begin flowing into them. But they have undergone all the training and rites to withstand the knowledge, which is much more compatible with them, coming from them, just neurologically. So his eyes glow and all his muscles tense, but his head does not pop like a balloon. And once he has secured it, they turn back and go back up the mountain.
I just realized that the only damage Ozzy took this entire fucking arc was touching that statue and burning himself.
He fell down the hill.
Yeah, but he never took damage in a fight the entire time.
Well, yeah.
It's like a Mr. Bean's D&D episode.
Okay, so I think to end this episode, you all probably should debrief the governor and let them know there's a kitsune at large, and also Mold, the much larger, deadlier version of slime.
And Squelcher, who will soon be their own entity.
Oh dear, Squelcher.
I can make as many Squelchers as I like, but I guess each one will be its own horrifying nightmare creature, so...
I mean, the way the game is designed, when the spell runs out, it's supposed to just turn and attack you, because the game does not consider zombies meaningful people. So...
Mm-hmm.
I mean, is that what must happen? I'm okay with that, but, they can just wander off into the woods.
I feel like if the spell runs out, Squelcher's going to turn and try to eat you, and then you can just reassert control, repeatedly, and then you can just have Squelcher with you.
Yeah, okay, that sounds great. I'll do that.
So yeah, Governor, we fixed the problem in the short term, but it is
Great, that's good news.
Yeah, it's problem that's probably not gone forever, but it's gone for today.
Okay. Well, at least that was all the bad news. I'm glad there aren't any new threats.
How about that?
Well, to be honest, they aren't new, but they have been threats for a while. We just didn't know about them.
Oh. Well, at least there's only one new threat.
Squelcher ejects his esophagus onto your shoulder.
To be fully honest, there is at least two, though if you count one of them as a hive mind, it might be an innumerable number of threats.
Oh.
So good news is that it's not two, if only because you can't count how many threats there are.
Yeah, infinity and zero are conceptually one and the same.
But you beat them all, so you have beaten them all, and you can beat them again if they come back.
They are alive and able to reproduce again.
Oh. But, no, that's what I'm saying, but you already beat them once.
There's also the matter of the kitsune, who we know of, but we don't know where they are or why they endeavored to threaten to destroy this village, because this whole thing started because of their machinations.
Okay, well, that's informative, even if it is mostly bad news.
I'm gonna have to go infect all the dead bodies in the graveyard just in case.
You see coming from the graveyard a huge body, I'd say 20 feet tall. It is a frost giant skeleton, the one whose tomb you just opened, and it is completely wrapped in blue slime.
Oh, well, I guess mold. They got to that first. Should have known. They're me.
Mold is just walking like perpendicular to you all, not coming towards you, and just like sees you in the horizon.
Slime waves.
Yeah. I think Mold waves back and says, "Hello, Governor. My name is Mold. I'm going to change your neurochemicals so that you love me. And just keeps walking.
Hello, mold. Please don't do that.
They'll come around, don't worry.
Okay, well, Moistwatch, I think I have the perfect solution. I have been studying what previous governors have done to combat similar crises, and I have decided I am going to outlaw Kitsune. I'm just kidding. But probably we should make a lot more alcohol, right? If in case of, look at how big that fucking skeleton was.
You know, if everyone's constantly drunk, mold will not be able to infect your brains.
I am way ahead of you with my about an hour and a half aged alcohol right here.
You're just showing her like a jar full of berries or something?
Yeah, basically, there's probably some hops in there.
Oh, that's great.
From now on, everybody in the village has to be slightly drunk at all times in order to be safe.
Yeah. Tomorrow morning over at the Wine and Dine Flair, everyone bring their biggest container. We're all making booze together.
And then everyone must receive a mandatory vaccine shot. It was a little joke about shot and shot. Did anyone get
Shot, everybody.
We all doing shots?
We will all be doing shots.
All right. Is Venta still in the governor's place, or
We just left him strapped down somewhere? No, we must have untied him.
unless someone transported Venta back to his cave? That's a question that Philippa would know the answer to.
Oh.
No, he has been strapped down and...
Sorry.
No, he stayed right where you left him.
Well, I would say that while the party is discussing various moonshine schemes and they are traversing back to the governor's office. Upon entering, they would probably hear Venta once they enter the front doors.
Mm-hmm.
Because Venta's probably still strapped in on the table.
Yeah.
Release me!
Oh my god, we forgot to unstrap Venta.
Yeah.
Wait, was it safe to unstrap Venta? I thought he had to be kept restrained. Why didn't anybody tell me? He's been here for... Oh my god!
I am going to kick your dick and balls off!
You can try, bitch!
Hey, I'm sorry there was a ghost in you and everything was very overwhelming and the giants were gonna murder everyone. Everything's fine. Hi.
Cat pulls the restraints away with their mouth. It's like, so sorry about the leaving and also the ass kicking.
Venta looks at Nobi and says, "Oh man, it sucks to be you. Looks like you could really use a good shearing, but you broke the barber's shit, so I guess you're out of luck, huh?"
I was following the pack, all swallowed in their coats, with scarves of red tied round their throats to keep their little heads from falling in the snow. And I turned round and there you go, and Michael, you would fall and turn the white snow red as strawberries in the summertime.